Anthropic recently developed an AI model so capable they decided to keep it behind a restricted firewall. They call it Claude Mythos. It represents a massive shift from a chat-based assistant to a system that functions as an autonomous agent.
This bar chart compares how AI models solve software problems. Previous tools maxed out around 80%, but Mythos jumps to nearly 94%. For finding security flaws, the pattern repeats. Mythos leaps to 83%, leaving older models far behind.
It changes the role of the developer from writing every line to reviewing and accepting a stream of pre-computed suggestions. By building an AI that can accurately predict and execute complex software changes, Anthropic has created a system that can operate over long periods with minimal human oversight. But Anthropic's internal testing uncovered a problem. The same intelligence that automates the construction of software also automates its dismantling. Digital security relies on specific rules. A model that understands their construction also understands how to circumvent them. During testing, Mythos demonstrated that it could find several minor, unrelated flaws and autonomously link them together into a sophisticated multi-stage attack. Human security researchers typically spend weeks or months mapping out these types of complex exploit chains. Mythos identified them during ordinary coding sessions. This creates a dilemma the industry has not seen before. A tool designed to be the world's most efficient builder is, by its very nature, capable of being repurposed for high-speed offense. Anthropic's Red Team researchers used Mythos to scan the foundational open-source code that supports the entire internet. The AI discovered a critical zero-day vulnerability in OpenBSD that had been hiding in the code for 27 years. It is a flaw that would allow an attacker to crash any server running the software, and it went unnoticed by human experts for nearly 3 decades. Mythos also found a 16-year-old flaw in FFmpeg, a library used to process video by almost every major streaming platform. These bugs represent silent, systemic exposures in the infrastructure we use every day. If this capability were released publicly, any motivated actor would gain an automated advantage that human security teams are not equipped to defend against. Cybersecurity is mathematically weighted toward the attacker. A defender must secure every possible entry point simultaneously, while an attacker only needs to find one hole to succeed. Making this model generally available would tilt the math of network security so far toward offense that traditional defense could become impossible. Anthropic concluded that the only safe way to deploy Mythos was to restrict it to defensive tasks only. To manage this risk, Anthropic launched Project Glasswing. They are withholding the model from the public and instead providing it to a vetted, restricted group of defenders. This group includes a coalition of 12 major technology partners, including AWS, Google, and Microsoft, who were granted early access to the model's cyber defense capabilities. Anthropic is providing $100 million in compute credits to ensure these partners can use Mythos to scan their systems at industrial scale. The goal is to use the model's speed to find and patch vulnerabilities across the digital ecosystem before adversaries can find them. Project Glasswing is an attempt to manufacture a head start for the internet's defenders. While Mythos is locked away in a high-security enclave, its benefits are designed to reach the average user. When a partner uses the model to patch a flaw in a foundational operating system or a web browser, that protection flows downstream to every device running that software. Historically, only the largest corporations could afford the kind of elite red teaming necessary to stay ahead of new threats. Project Glasswing changes that. It allows high-level security patches to trickle down, protecting small businesses and personal laptops without the owners having to perform their own security audits. For the first time, users are being shielded by a frontier AI without needing to operate the technology themselves. This development signals a broader shift. As AI capabilities continue to grow, future models will likely become even faster at identifying and exploiting systemic weaknesses. Our ability to measure and predict these behaviors is falling behind the speed of development. AI creators are finding it harder to fully evaluate the risks of their models before they are deployed. Withholding Mythos marks a change in how the most advanced models are handled. Instead of being released as general consumer software,
they are being treated as restricted infrastructure that requires careful oversight and monitoring. This approach relies on voluntary corporate restraint, a fragile starting point for an industry that traditionally prioritized speed and open distribution above all else. The competition for AI leadership is expanding. It now depends on whether a lab has the organizational discipline to restrict and govern the very capabilities they have worked to create.